Hi there, I'm Grey Hunter, and welcome to the War in the East 2 challenging German campaign. No, Axis technically, but yeah, it's British Germans. Yeah, so the aim here is to lose. I've never had the AI reach Berlin, so we get no early end, obviously. Yeah, so the hope is that they will reach the end and actually be able to defeat me, rather than get to the horrible quagmire. Okay, so the first sortie's gone out, and seems to have done pretty well. Recon, ground attacks, yeah. Enemy aircraft lost in air combat. It doesn't actually show. Lost 2,100. Bit below where I'd see before. Only about 2.5. Yeah, we don't need the situation report. We know what we're here for. Let's start in the south. I want to see what damage I can do down here. You're all locked, aren't you, for the first turn? Same with the Hungarians. That is fine. So, okay, they held. You should be able to come up to here. I'm trying to use the ones from further back. That's obviously a hard spot. Don't hit that. You're locked. You can come up to there. They've already retreated once, so we need to go and push them out of the way. Bypass him. Try a different strategy. I normally just try and bypass as much as possible, but you still got to kill them in the end. So let's just go in there and punch them in the face. Clear as much space as we can on the front ranks. This guy is a strong one. We're going to have to bypass him. Yeah, I thought we might have to hammer our way through there. You should be able to clear all these forts on your own. Yeah. Right. You're going to go to there. You're going to hit him. Going to route him. You two. You're going to come up to support him. Then you two are going to shift this guy. Then go fort murdering if you can. So we've opened our corridor there. They're bring in a lot of support for that. That's fine. Does not help them in the long term. Maybe a chance of that. Yeah, just a little motorised brigade. Oh, that armour unit's tougher than it looked. Right. You're the furthest back activated. We need to shift this guy. Make a nice large corridor. And routed them. That's a lovely 164 tanks destroyed there. Most of these guys are inactive. So let's see how far we can swing south for this guy. We're going to shift this guy. He's just causing me too many problems. Right. You're the only other division I've got. You are up here. Let's see what we can do with this front line here. I think he's going to be a bit of a tough one to shift. Yeah, these guys are being annoying. We will just bypass them and isolate them. Clear them out. Should. Okay, they are just going to be annoying. So in that case, you're going to nip through there. You're going to nip through there. We're going to isolate the whole lot. We're going to steam on to here. We're going to pop some HQs. We're going to secure our supply route. Route that guy just to keep this open. Shift you south support. Right. This guy's being very annoying. I need to get rid of him. You need to move like that. So. Isolate blood off. Shift you back that way. Not sure if this is a good opener or not. It's a bit of a strange one. I've done the Germans in a while. It's yeah. I feel like I've opened a good route here. Surrounded these guys. Right, up here. Bring up the infantry. He's gonna evaporate some forts for me. Shift that guy out the way. Want as much as open as possible. You've still got that's a HQ unit, that's a HQ unit, but can be shifted. And see, I expected somebody to support there. Okay. So you're going to move up to there. You're going to pop those HQs there. HQ here. Here. HQ's going to move up to there, support, and then we'll bring it up to there. So we've nicely flowed into that gap. So Kiev's down there, but that's beyond the marshes. We need to skirt north of the Pripyat marshes. Let's follow this rail line to there. You can move it to there. It's an anti-tank unit, but it got battered. We're going to move to here. We're just going to shift this guy, just because he worries me with his existence. This guy here. Going for distance. Oh, we shattered a division there. That's good. That's a straight up kill. The road to Minsk is going pretty damn well, I would say. Right. Got you here, can get to here. Which cuts off these guys. You can get to here. Right. Get this guy out the way. Then we'll cut up towards this HQ. You're going to supply those guys. And then the rail repair unit gets to Brest-Litovsk and starts bringing supplies up that way. That's a bit annoying, you can't quite get to them. Where's their security unit gonna go? You can use to engage this guy here. So obviously the next part I need to open up is this bit here. infantry advances. Finds a hard spot. We take this motorized division. We evaporate a few threats along the way. Oh, that's mildly annoying. Right, this Panzer division. Go for turn 1 Minsk. You can't take those bonus points away from me. Right, turn 1 Minsk. I'm going to need to commit a secondary guy. Make sure I close that pocket. So let's get that direction. Pop you in here to make sure we keep this pocket shut. Get out my way. That's just no point surrounding that. Off my rail line. Looking good. Right, let's use you to open this up. Let's bring you up to make sure we get that guy out of the way. The plan is to kind of destroy this entire front line if possible. I'm not too worried about surrounding anything in this area. Right, so they... Only scouted those guys. Okay. Pop HQ. Talking of HQs, let's move you up to here. So I'm sure these mechanized divisions, eh? You're there, boss. You're the boss. We'll get to you in a second once we've cleared this bit of the front line. I've come to the conclusion, this is what I'm testing out here, that this front line here isn't worth surrounding. When you can just punch them out the way. Pop the HQ. It's not just a HQ. Interesting. Yeah, just get your guys moving is the plan. Go. Spend these guys, but that second unit can be destroyed. Ooh, shattered. Your job is to destroy him. Your job is to destroy him. Ooh, okay. You know your job, apparently. Yeah. Get in my way. The aim, of course, is Rostov on turn 1. Getting Minsk was quite a nice one. I think they'll run because they've been hit. Yes. That's a HQ. You can run there, pop all those HQs. Shatter them. Shatter them. Route them. Let's deal with you first, because I'm going to clear out this section here. This is probably the smallest round I've attempted. I normally go much bigger than this. On the other hand, I feel like I've done more damage. Dupe, dupe. Let's clear away north with this guy here and see where we stand after that. Can do. No. Right. So now I'm going to have to send this guy up here to take this port. You'll just push them north like that. Alright, we've fairly well evaporated this entire front line. I'm not killing not killing many containers, but that is acceptable. Turn 1, those containers will only get refilled. Let's be 100% honest here. I didn't expect that to work. Well, that's Riga in turn 1. That's awesome. You're going to keep those guys in check. Police SS apparently. Like Polish, I think. Get you on the move. The rail repair unit, we don't want you just yet. How much further can we penetrate on turn 1? Need to swing this way a little bit now. Making this day even worse for these guys. There's a pocket of resistance here. That clears that rail line. I know I've kind of left the centre, but those are the guys I'm going to surround. So. Okay, so you... going to repair up to there. Still got all these armoured units here. Well, they held. That would have damaging plans. Go around. You can want to keep these guys in supply. Oh, we shattered the airborne brigade there. Popped them even though they were across the river. Sure, HQ. It is this guy. Okay. In that case, the rail line pretty well repaired, actually. Worry about depots later. So KH, we don't have to worry about them. Ah, here's the other Panzer division I was looking for. Go, they're gone. They're gone. Security unit here. Can move to try and support the flanks of here. That wasn't what I was planning to do, but yeah. I was trying to penetrate into this, like this. Take that out, move up to here. Kill that guy, because it's just a security unit. That's artillery battalion. Basically just trying to get myself into positions where I'll be able to start hammering these guys next turn. You can kill that guy. So he's just going to surrender anyway, you can't run. Yes, I realised the HQ was only 7. That's not a bad one. I'm not entirely sure about my moves in the south. This is probably going to be a turn 2 surround down here, but we've caused 245,000 losses without any surrenders. Killed 2,500 armoured fighting vehicles. Yeah, we have just rampaged through here. We have taken Minsk, and Riga on turn 1. And surrounded a good number of troops in here. But it's not too big of a pocket, so hopefully it won't be a problem. Also, towards Leningrad, we've basically just evaporated their entire front line. I'll count that as a good day. Let us see what the Soviet response is. Obviously, no response from the Soviets. 400 sorties. They've already taken 40,000 losses. And well, yeah. Much lower loss in the air, but they can be massacred them on turn 1. Where's it isolated? Never find isolated. There we go. Oh look, all these guys are still isolated. What terrible things are going to happen to them? Okay. Alright, being like that. You know when you're surrendering. Oh yeah, we'll clean up in here. The more the time it takes than anything else that's annoying. Alright, so bigger units gonna have to come in and do that. These are all brigades anyway, so put a circle him so he doesn't escape. You can have a walk through here, collect a few heads. Alright. Quicker I can get this cleaned up, the sooner I can get those troops to the front line where they can actually be needed. I'm not overconfident. This is a good opener, but I also know full well I've got to deal with a rather large Soviet presence. No matter how many I kill, definitely going to be more. I don't know what bonuses they get, but anyways, I think the Soviet game is harder because you've got the it's just generally more balanced towards the Germans. It's a general wargaming problem. German exceptionalism is apparently a thing. Alright, come up here and start clearing this guy up. Because I don't want my fancy armoured units doing anything like that, no. That's a waste of armour. That's annoying, he can't get anyone useful. Okay, pop that guy. Every turn these guys are doing this, though, is a turn that they are not advancing on the front. Right, at least I can keep the HQs in check quite easily. You're not unlocked yet. You are. You can watch take his position. You're going to follow this along the edge. Now, these guys survived somehow. But we can easily clean up this little pocket here. Oh, that's annoying. You bloody surrender. Just bring these guys in. Right. What we'll do is we'll surround those for next turn. You can run up to help them. Alright. Mill repair unit, your job is to move up here. I'm going to build a depot here. The depots aren't showing either. There we go. That pocket has netted me 216,000 men. It's not bad. Kind of front loaded it this turn. These guys are mostly broken down into brigades, so. Move security unit up. That's a good job for them. Right. Pushing towards Leningrad and Smolensk. Well, I thought we might have someone trapped in there, but we do not. Right. They're clean then, they'll go that way, they'll support them. Most of these units here need to be filling this gap here. This is going to be the job of the 16th Army. just going to clear out some of these little pockets as well. The infantry, I'm not expecting them to be doing much this turn. Security unit can help clear some of this. Mag infantry can continue to march north. Right. There's a port in here I want. I think I got most of the people in here. Take that airfield as well. With Riga in my hand, the next target is Postcov there. Which I think, is this going to be more of a running out of fuel advancing turn? Also we need forts on. Alright. A lot of these units are still weak from the last turn. They just shattered. Right, they're an actual threat. You may have to bypass them. There's another mechanized. Let's clear out that rail line there. You can go to here. We can start putting some of this stuff now. Actual well dug into Soviet position. Repair that bit of rail, repair that bit of rail. There we go. All that's still intact. Once that's reconnected, it'll be much healthier. Someone needs to clear that bit. And you need to catch up with your boss there. Okay. How much infantry support can we get up for these guys? The answer is always never as much as I would like. Right, Smolensk is the next target. We are going to follow this major rail line up. The guys trapped there can be left for a turn. These apparently well dug in. They're not. They're not either. That's going to be annoying. Bring you through here. Evaporate as much of this as I can. Which means you can now get to here. Well, that's annoying. I was hoping to surround that guy. Okay, there we go. I think I've got to clear these guys. They're just on my supply lines. Right. Armour can sweep up to here. And still the marshes. We don't want to get bogged down in the marshes. Yeah, we're stronger than I thought. Found the first actual Soviet defensive line. Regroup here, so you've got him as the boss. Right, this cavalry unit can clean these guys up. This lot of infantry can just march. I'm holding off giving these a command. Right. March through Minsk. If we connect those two, that gets the layer line going all the way there. Jump, and then we can connect that and that. So our rail line now goes all the way up there. Green, green, green. That's perfect. These guys are off on their own, but yeah. They're supposed to be. It is that time of the war. Okay, H is never going to move. Army Group North should probably catch up. Push the supplies through. Second Panzer Group should also pull up. You repair that if possible. No, you're just out of space. Oh, I forgot the Panzer-Lehr. Let's deploy them to clear out the last of these guys. Strong. I'm gonna want these guys. Move the air unit up. Army Group Center to this new depot here. Oh, you're still locked. Second Army here. You guys active? You are. Right, we'll push you down this rail line here. Right, now we've just got the south to deal with, and yeah, some of these guys got surrounded. You can move to there, resupply that guy. Turn to Lvov is a good one. Ooh, look at that, that's actually some fighting support there. You have to think about that. Right, you should have activated though this turn. You're going to get concentrated being pushed along this line here. This gives us a good idea where we should be targeting our push ourselves. 2 of these on him should be enough. That's what I was hoping for a route. Right, the cavalry unit's going to come around like this. You're going to push him in the face. I feel like I still need to make my ground in this direction, don't I? Odessa has always been a tough nut to crack. You don't see that most of these guys are brigades, therefore don't get to control the hexes around them. Your cav. Another little motorised division, you can get to here. You're not winning that fight. Alright, so now we focus our strike this way. That's good. Go down here and hopefully knock a few of these guys out. He is just causing problems. Alright. Oh. He's dug in. Crossing this river is going to be the pain. You can be up here and shift him. Like, did you not get the message? It's scouted, man. I'm wondering if I've made mistakes in the southern deployments. You run along there. Shatter through there. Get to here. Can't attack over the river because you're an armored unit. To there. You're pretty much just moving up to the front here. You can clear them. Okay. You should be shifting north. You should be shifting north. We're not getting involved in this area with tanks. Yeah, I thought that'd be harder than they thought it was going to be. Right, the breakthrough here is going to be difficult. Move you to here, let's clear that tank out. Right, that's Lvov opened up. Just the density of what we're dealing with down here. You can at least cut that security unit off. So close to cutting them off, but not quite. I'm a little bit worried a load of these guys are going to escape. Move you to this new depot that's going in here. Try and keep some supplies going forwards. Make more troops than I would like down here. All your guys have moved down as well. Here's another big, the Vikings. Suppose the hope will have to be for a breakthrough next turn. You can at least clear out those exits there. I'm afraid you guys get marsh duty. Okay, so we have got some guys in here who can do some punching. We can at least clear out some space, can't we? Cause some good casualties. Keep up in their grill. In some ways, like, damaged units are just as annoying as just killed ones. Like, you're surrounded, so we'll just ignore you. But we'll make sure you can't go anywhere. Next turn, we can cut off this lot here, that'd be quite good. And then, yeah. Well, Mitch are not having as much of a plan in the south. They're not active yet. You don't have any units. You don't have any move left. Smolensk in the next few turns should be doable. I mean, a slower turn up here is always going to happen. I just advanced so far, so fast. north can help push supply through there. Alright. What's in Berlin? Okay, I'll remove that. We got more than 300,000 losses. It's not too bad. Okay, so we've got 600 sorties out. Got a few more. We've got some men out here, but not too many. We should be able to link these pocket this slot this turn. Then I'm going to try and encircle this slot as well. Give me more if I think my troops out of play. The north, they thickened up around the length quite a bit. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the positioning of this slot. So, thanks for watching. Those are the first 2 turns. Give us a like if you can, and I'll see you next time.